Hi, my name is Dan Perkins. I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and I'm 58 years old. For almost my entire life, I've been working in labor positions. That's been getting me through so far. I've had diabetes for 44 years. I have to give myself insulin injections. It makes it pretty important that I have health insurance of some kind. I have to pay for out of my own pocket. The entire amount is costing me $433, and that's a huge chunk. That's more than I'm paying for rent. It's more than I'm paying for food. It's more than I'm paying for any other single item is the health insurance.
Universal health care is key to reviving our economy, because look at what happens now. A lot of the manufacturing jobs we have lost in America have been lost because of health care costs.
My dad worked for 29 years at his job with General Motors, and his father worked for at least 30 years. His brother worked for 30 years with General Motors. He was a good example for me, so I just decided to continue in that type of work. There were all kinds of benefits: paid vacations, sick leave, paid days off, good health insurance. Didn't have to rely on the state or the federal government to provide it. When they retired, the companies offered pensions for their employees. I do sometimes say to my dad that I wish I could have had it like you. There just aren't that many industrial jobs left. You can be working for a company and doing a good job, and then all of a sudden the company comes and tells you that they're downsizing or they're closing. It doesn't seem to matter how good of a job you're doing anymore. I was able to pay my bills up until maybe a couple of years ago. I was getting some support from my mother and from unemployment compensation. But unemployment compensation is something that eventually runs out after about 6 months. And in 2007, I was hired for a position at Delphi Corporation. And that position I thought was going to last me a long time. I was there for 9.5 months. And then I was laid off of that job. Oh, I was told on a Friday afternoon at the end of the working day. Didn't even get a chance to say goodbye to my fellow employees or anything. When I was let go, there was nothing that I was entitled to. I applied through several employment agencies. First thing I'd call them up, find out if they had anything for me. Most of the time they'd be saying no. I'd be checking the classified ads, and I'd also check at the government job center to see if they had any work available.
Hard-working Americans are concerned. They're concerned about their families. They're concerned about making their bills.
Well, it's about time that the president found out about it. I wonder who told him. Yes, I'd like to go to the job bank. I come here once a week to see if there are any jobs that are available for me. It's no fun looking for work right now. $7.50 an hour. It can make a person feel a little worthless sometimes.
And I hear those kinds of stories all the time from people who've been laid off. After 20 years, suddenly they don't have health care, don't have a pension, having to work at a $7 an hour job.
I don't think that as I was growing up that I ever thought that things would be as bad as they are right now. I thought that companies were always going to stay here, that everything would just be fine.
Hey Jim, this is Tony Currington. Just wanted to touch base with you to see how you were doing, either being employed or if you're involved or engaged in the training program. If you have any questions about anything, just feel free to give me a call. That's what I'm here for. Take care. Hope you're doing well. Bye. What this book is a book I created that kind of gives me a list of dislocated workers. They qualify for trade benefits for work that was shipped overseas and displaced many workers here. I'm a little bitter. I'm a little bitter that I got to start over again at the age of 58 and start getting into a new career. I might have been a little more fortunate than others because I was able to sign on and help with dislocated workers, but I feel guilty at the same time because I feel like I'm benefiting from some people being displaced. I'm just making a follow-up call to encourage them to get into those training programs, Jatana, this is Tony Currington. I think the last time you and I talked, we talked about, some retraining and things of that nature, and so I just wanted to kind of update my records as to how you're doing.
Well, I'm working working at a non-union factory making $8 an hour, barely making it.
Yes.
No insurance.
Yes.
Pre-existing health condition. So you can imagine how that is.
Yeah, I understand. That's where I'm hearing these kind of stories from other workers just like you. Primary focus is to get them focused on getting retrained and getting reemployed again. So we act as a motivator or coach. A worker who has been displaced and who is disillusioned about what the future might hold, we make those initial contacts to kind of let them know what's there for them. You know, if they're in need of food, some shelter issues, or some medical issues, you know, we can direct them to those services.
8 cans of vegetables, macaroni and cheese. I'm a volunteer at the food pantry. We serve dislocated workers, laid off workers. They have to basically swallow their pride and come in and ask. We will serve them. There's 88 more pantries in this area.
Usually there'd be lots of customers in here shopping, and it's just empty booths and booths with a few vendors that are here hoping for customers to come flowing in. I worked for General Motors for 26 years. The old cliche, so goes the auto industry, so goes this country. Well, the auto industry has fled this country, and we're seeing the results of that now. Honestly, I blame the people that lead the country. I feel like they've sold us down the river.
Our economy obviously is going through a tough time.
And emphasize my commitment to free trade. I believe that those agreements should be kept.
So it's time that the American worker had a partner in the White House. Somebody is going to get up every day and say, what can I do today to save jobs and grow jobs and provide quality, affordable health care to every single American?
We don't need the same old folks doing the same old things, playing the same old games over and over again.
Ohio is an important state as far as the elections are concerned. I would define myself basically as a Republican because of abortion and social issues. I voted for George W. Bush.
The dream that so many generations fought for.
I like what Barack Obama had to say in regards to make sure that the government realizes that we've got to offer incentives to keep these companies here in the United States.
We have to stop providing tax breaks for companies that are shipping jobs overseas and give those tax breaks to companies that are investing here in the United States of America.
Of the 3 major candidates, I'm leaning more towards Barack Obama.
The implication is if you talk about hope,
this is definitely a new thing for me. Finally, I did get a call from an agency. First question I asked, is this, they just want me for one day or they want me permanently? And they said, yes, this could be a full-time job. So I said, I'll be there. It was like a prayer being answered.
Have you ever done direct deposit before?
Good things are coming. It's like getting a Christmas present, really. Getting a Christmas present in March. Yeah. Oh, I thought I saw a lucky penny there. I hope and pray that it'll be the last time I'll have to look, because it's just no fun, especially now. I mean, 20 years ago, it wasn't that difficult. The long drive back and forth. I'm just hoping my car holds up, because my car is 11 years old. I have to work about 4 hours in order to fill up my gas tank. So that'd be about half a day's pay. And I just spent $31 at the same station about 5 or 6 days ago. I'm very happy about finally receiving a paycheck. The last check I received was almost 4.5 months ago. Seems like a nice company to work for. I know that 2 of their customers are Honda and Toyota. I'm happy to be working there, and I hope that I'll be there a while. I'm looking forward to it. I basically had to look at it and verify that it was the right part. There's 30 in each box. We have to put a little sticker on each one of them. It was hard, because I mean it wore me out. But I think it'll work out all right. Oh, first thing I do is just sit down for a few minutes and just take a load off my feet and then turn on the television. in part because of the birth. There's not too much on it this time of night, but well, it's certainly good to be home.
Hi, Daniel. This is Kim. I wanted to call and let you know that Green Tokai out at Defer, they are ending your assignment out there, so you won't need to be going back out there. We will go ahead and mark you available and see if we can find some other work for you. Thanks.
Did you hear that? I just lost my job. So now I'm unemployed again. But I guess. So I'm starting all over again. Yeah, it's rough.